An active coronavirus response is happening right now in Australia. The army being called in after just 33 people tested positive in one Australian state in just the past 24 hours, the biggest jump in 2 months. Testing operation now underway in Victoria, Australia's second most populous state of nearly 6.5 million people, where the rise in new cases has been in the double digits for more than a week.
We have ambulances and other vans that will literally be at the end of people's streets. So they will be invited to come and get a test, and they'll only have to travel 50 or 100 metres.
Victoria's Premier says about 100,000 tests will be conducted over the next 10 days. About 1,000 Australian military personnel set to pitch in.
We can respond to these outbreaks. We can deal with it. We are dealing with the coronavirus, the COVID-19, better than almost any country in the world.
And Australia has just reported its first COVID-19 death in more than a month. The country has managed to keep its numbers relatively low, with just over 7,500 infections and about 100 deaths. India also bringing in its army to support the coronavirus response after reporting the country's highest daily increase since the outbreak began, with some 16,000 new infections. To Europe, the region's WHO director says 30 European countries have seen a resurgence of COVID-19 since nations began easing restrictions.
Last week, Europe saw an increase in weekly cases for the first time in months.
The Eiffel Tower on Thursday welcoming visitors for the first time in 3 months. Health safety measures are in place and elevators are still off limits. And in Russia, amid virus concerns, ballots now being cast in a vote that could pave the way for President Vladimir Putin to stay in power until 2036. The country has confirmed more than 600,000 cases. Voting booths opening a day after a massive military parade in Moscow. For City News, I'm Melissa Duggan.